Hey, what's up, everybody? I know it's been a while since I've done a Lucha Underground review, but I've just been extremely busy lately, so I haven't really had the time. So I felt like watching a lot of Lucha Underground episodes today, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let's just get right into this. This episode is Season 1, Episode 14, and this episode is called A Shot of El Patron. So let's get right into this. Um, we had the commentary team of Matt Stryker and Vampiro, and the episode starts off with Alberto El Patron and Dario Cueto in their office, and Dario Cueto pretty much welcomes Alberto El Patron and says that he's happy to have somebody of his stature in Lucha Underground because he's pretty much probably the biggest star that's ever been signed to Lucha Underground, which is, I would say, which I definitely would agree with, because of how much of a name he made for himself outside of Lucha Underground and outside and in wrestling in general. So Alberto El Patron then tells Dario Cueto pretty much that he wants an open mic tonight. He wants to chant, and Dario Cueto at first says no because Lucha Underground is supposed to be for fighting. But Alberto El Patron says that if you grant me this request, I will make sure that you have an unforgettable moment in the main event. And the next time I come in here, there'll be bloodshed. So Dario Cueto grants him his request. And I like this segment. I thought it was a really good segment. It was a really cool way to introduce Alberto El Patron and kind of gave you something to look forward to throughout the rest of the show. Then we had the first match on the show. It was Alhinas versus Phoenix. And what a really good match this was. It really was a really good match. It was really good back and forth match. Alhinas hits a really cool flip dive on the outside, or back flip dive. Phoenix on a couple of occasions hits a couple of tilt-a-whirl dives on the outside. He hits a cool hurricanrana. Alhinas catches Phoenix when he went for a springboard move, and he caught him into a super kick, and he ended up hitting like a really weird, like one-handed powerbomb, like into like a Michinoku driver. It looked really cool. Phoenix hit a hurricanrana off the top rope. He also hit a really cool hurricanrana DDT. It was just a really good back and forth match. And during the match, Katrina makes her way down to the ring after what they did in the previous episode, where Katrina ended up kissing Phoenix, and this kind of distracts Phoenix a little bit. Phoenix hits a Alhinas ends up hitting an Inseguri and like a hurricanrana on the and sending both guys on the outside. And eventually the finish comes when Alhinas goes for a tombstone pile driver, and Phoenix reverses it, and I forget the name of his finisher. Let me see if I can look it up because I have it right here. But it's like pretty much like a one-handed tombstone pile driver. It was a sit-out pile driver variation, pretty much. I thought it looked really cool, though. And I did like the commentary lines where they talked about how, when Matt Stryker and Vampiro talked about how they didn't want to take a risk of being perverts, but Katrina looks, like she's pretty much hidden on, Phoenix, and I thought that was a funny line. And then afterwards, Katrina runs into the ring and makes direct eye contact with Phoenix and gives Alhinas the lick of death, showing that she kind of has some sort of interest into Phoenix, but Phoenix kind of just exits the ring and doesn't really show the same interest back. So I like this. And then the next segment was Mil Muertes and Katrina in the locker room, and Katrina pretty much talks about how pretty much Mil Muertes could have finally met his match with Phoenix, somebody that never dies. And Phoenix grabs her by the throat, lifts her up, and says, I have not met my match. Nobody's ready for me. Well, pretty much that's what he implies anyways. And then he puts her down, and Katrina kind of looks at him like she's afraid of him, but kind of like she likes that he sees this intensity. And I kind of like this. And then afterwards, Mil Muertes leaves the training room, and he kind of walks around the halls of like the Lucha Underground arena, and he runs into Chavo Guerrero Jr., and he grabs Chavo Guerrero Jr. by the neck and throws him into a couple of walls and tells him that next week he's going to pay his debts. And I like this. I thought this was a really good way to set up the match next week. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we had the next match. It was Son of Havoc with Evilise ringside versus Johnny Mundo. Before the match starts, Son of Havoc gets on the mic and says um, that he's finally happy he's getting some legitimate competition and that he's going to dedicate his victory towards the baddest bitch and the love of his life, um, Evilise. And we had the match, and this was another really good match. I thought they both looked really well together. Johnny Mundo dominates the first portion of the matchup, and he beats the crap out of Son of Havoc. But then eventually Katrina, when Johnny Mundo went to wham. I forgot one segment actually. I'll talk about it next. When Johnny Mundo went to wham Son of Havoc into the turnbuckle, Evilise pulled him right off his shoulders, and Son of Havoc drove him shoulder into the post, and then he did like this um stance on the like across the ring post and dropped an elbow drop right onto Johnny Mundo, which looked really cool. And Son of Havoc takes control of the matchup. He hits a really cool drop kick. Um, and a nice suicide dive on the outside. Johnny Mundo makes his comeback, and then the match starts to become a really back and forth match. Johnny Mundo hits a running knee, hits a Spanish fly, and Son of Havoc hits um, a double stomp into a standing shooting star splash. But then eventually the finish comes when Johnny Mundo goes for a Hurricanrana off the top turnbuckle, and Son of Havoc's able to hold on to the ropes, and Son of Havoc was about to jump off the turnbuckle, but he takes too long, so he was for like a like a shooting star press, but Johnny Mundo gets his knees up, and then afterwards he gets the end of the world for the win. Um, and Johnny Mundo wins. I like the match. I forgot to do my star ratings, but I'll do it at the end of the video. And afterwards, Prince Puma runs out to the ring and attacks Johnny Mundo, beats the crap out of him, and ends the thrill of the hunt on him, and pretty much initiated that King Quano and Johnny Mundo are having a feud, which I kind of excited about because I like that feud. And then the segment I forgot to talk about earlier, where Big Rick pretty much was in confession, talking about how he was going to destroy the crew for destroying him, and he wants God to forgive him for it. I liked this segment a lot. He kind of broke down each member, what he was going to do to them, and when it shows, at first it showed him like in a dog room where you really couldn't see him, and then when it shows him, it shows that his eyes all patched up. So I liked that, and I can't wait to see what happens with that. Then we had Rick Mandel, who Vampiro thought was Rick Martel because he was going over his past career accolades, which was funny. But Matt Striker had to tell him that it was Rick Mandel. And it was Rick Mandel versus Pentagon Jr. Pentagon Jr. destroys Rick Mandel. And he beats him with that cross arm breaker Kimura variation. It breaks Rick Mandel's arm, and he says that and he tells his master that tonight he's giving him another sacrifice. I liked this. It was really good. I like Pentagon Jr. and I like his character right now. Um, and then we had the main event segment of the show. It shows Alberto El Patron arrive into the arena, and Alberto El Patron has this big segment. Now, obviously, this was filmed at the time of because I actually forgot to say when this actually aired. This ended up airing on um, so this Lucha Underground episode aired on it was taped on January 17th, 2015, but it aired on February 11th, 2015. So At the time, Alberto El Patron, um, I believe in December, had won the AAA World Championship or something like that. Um, but Alberto El Patron, this was the first time really anybody had seen him um, since he left WWE. So this was the first time he was going to be talking, and he pretty much talked about his family history, how he's the nephew of Mil, um, Mil Mascaras, and he's the son of Dos Caras, and he wanted though to make a name for himself, and he went into the United States and became a household name, and everybody respected him. And he pretty much talked about his release from WWE. He didn't really mention it directly, but he kind of implied it, saying that he was held back because of his race, and how they WWE treated him like a god, but then they stabbed him in the back, and I liked it. Now, obviously, it's annoying when he says it now because um, he continuously, well, at least not only now because he's kind of gone off the radar, but before he was continuously bashing WWE. But this was the first time he had done it, and it made him look really strong. And it made sense for them to kind of indirectly talk about it because it would have been tough for them not to have talked about it. But he pretty much says that he's here in Lucha Underground because he wants to have success, and in other promotions they hold you back because of your heritage. But here, if you fail, it's pretty much because you didn't get the job done. And he said that he's here to be a champion. And I like this promo segment. Alberto El Patron, I think, cut the best promo of his career. It was awesome. I'm not really a big Alberto El Patron fan, but here, I was bought in a little bit. But then afterwards, El Texano Jr., however you say his name, attacks Alberto El Patron from behind, beats the crap out of him, and the story here was this was the guy that Alberto El Patron had beaten for the AAA championship. I didn't really mind the attack too much, but it just kind of fell flat because nobody really knew who this guy was, and it kind of took the steam out of Alberto El Patron's promo a little bit. So that's what I thought there. But overall, that was episode 14 of Lucha Underground. I thought this was a great episode. It had great wrestling on it. It had great storylines. It was awesome. So if I had to rate this episode, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. It was great. Maybe 8.5. I'll give it a B plus. Actually, it was that great. As for the star ratings for this show, well, for the matches, anyways, so I have to look them up. Phoenix and Algines, I thought was really good. I'll give that 3.5 stars. If it was longer, it probably would have been. I would have liked it more probably. Um, Johnny Mundo and Son of Havoc was really damn good. I'll give that also 3.5 stars. And Pentagon Jr. versus Ricky Mandel, I thought was pretty decent. It was really an enhancement match, but I thought it was a pretty damn decent enhancement match. So I'll give it 2.25 stars, and that's pretty much my star rating because it was only 3 matches. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really have nothing left to say. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video for more content. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more content. And click on the bell so that way every time I upload a video, you guys will get the notifications for it. That's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.